Real quick before I start, just saying the way the meet and greets are going to work is the first meet and greet is gonna have to wait a while. I have to get my phone turned back on, but I'm gonna also be going to church. I'm gonna be going to the churches. I'm gonna start stopping by every single church that I can, every single service, every single day that they have them. Try to go get as many people as I can to get a whole body of Christ, so we can get a whole crowd of people. Because I'm trying to, next time I turn on my service, and I could do it even before I turn my service back on, is take videos of everybody, and I could add that in a part of the music video, if that is okay with everybody else. If you're okay with being in the shot, if you're not, it's okay. I'm not looking forward to everybody actually being in on it, because I'm sure nobody likes being recorded. But that's what we're going to be doing at a meet and greet when we meet up. And yeah, anyway, let's get into the reading. The Transjordan tribes, the Reubenites and the Gadites, who had very large herds and flocks, saw that the lands of Jazer or Jazer and Gilead were suitable for livestock. So they came to Moses and Eleazar the priest and to the leaders of the community and said, Atorath, Dibon, Jazer, Nimrah, Heshbon, Eliele, Sebam, Nebo, and Beon, the land the Lord subdued before the people of Israel, are suitable for livestock, and their servants have livestock. If we have found favor in your eyes, they said, let this land be given to your servants as our possession. Do not make us cross the Jordan. Moses said to the Gadites and Reubenites, should your fellow Israelites go to war while you sit here? Why do you discourage the Israelites from crossing over into the land the Lord has given them? This is what your fathers did when I sent them to Kadesh Barnea and to look over the land. After they went up to the valley of Eshcol and viewed the land, they discouraged the Israelites from entering the land the Lord has given them. The Lord's anger was aroused that day and swore this oath, because they have not followed me wholeheartedly, not one of those who were 20 years old or more when they came up out of Egypt will see the land I promised on oath to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Not one except Caleb the son of Jephunneh, the Kenizzite, and Joshua son of Nun, for they followed the Lord wholeheartedly. The Lord's anger burned against Israel, and he made them wander in the wilderness for 40 years, until the whole generation of those who had done evil in his sight was gone. And there you are, a brood of sinners, standing in the place of your fathers, and making the Lord even more angry with Israel. If you turn away from following him, and he will leave all his people in the wilderness, and you will be the cause of their destruction. When they came up to him and said, we would like to build pens for our livestock and cities for our women and children, but we will arm ourselves for battle. Go ahead of the Israelites until we have brought them to their place. Meanwhile, our women and children will live in fortified cities for protection from the inhabitants of the land. We will not return to our homes until each of the Israelites has received their inheritance. We will not receive any inheritance with them on the other side of the Jordan, because the inheritance has come to us on the east side of the Jordan." Then Moses said to them, "If you will do this, if you will arm yourselves before the Lord for battle, and if all of you who are armed cross over the Jordan before the Lord until he has driven his enemies out before him, then when the land is subdued before the Lord, you may return and be free from your obligation to the Lord and to Israel, and this land will be your possession before the Lord. But if you fail to do this, you will be sinning against the Lord, and you may be sure that your sin will find you. Build cities for your women and children, and pens for your flocks, but do what you have promised." The Gadites and Reubenites said to Moses, "We are your servants. We, your servants, will do as the Lord commands. Our children and wives, our flocks and herds will remain here in the cities of Gilead. But your servants, every man who is armed for battle, will cross over to fight before the Lord, just as our Lord says." Then Moses gave orders about them to Eleazar the priest, and Joshua son of Nun, and to the family heads of Israel's tribes. He said to them, "If the Gadites and Reubenites, every man armed for battle, cross over the Jordan with you before the Lord, then when the land is subdued before you, you must give them the land of Gilead as their possession. But if they do not cross over with you armed, they must accept their possession with you in Canaan." The Gadites and Reubenites answered, "Your servants will do what the Lord has said. We will cross over before the Lord into Canaan armed, but the property we inherit will be on the side of the Jordan." Then Moses gave the Gadites and the Reubenites and the half tribe of Manasseh, son of Joseph, the king of Sihon, king of the Amorites, and the kingdom of Og, king of Bashan, the whole land with its cities and the territory around them. The Gadites built up Dibon, Ataroth, Aroer, Atroth, Shaphan, Jazar, Jogeha, Beth Nimrah, and Beth Haran as fortified cities, and built pens for their flocks. And the Reubenites built Heshbon, Lealiah, and Kiriathaim, as well as Nebo and Baal Meon. These names were changed, and Sibmah they gave names to the cities they rebuilt. The descendants of Machir, son of Manasseh, went to Gilead, captured it, and drove out all the Amorites who were there. So Moses gave Gilead to the Machirites, the descendants of Manasseh, and they settled there. Jair, a descendant of Manasseh, captured their settlements and called them Havoth Jair. And Nobah captured Kenneth and its surrounding settlements and called it Nobah after himself. Stages in Israel's journey. Here to the stages in the journey of the Israelites when they came out of Egypt by division under the leadership of Moses and Aaron. At the Lord's command, Moses recorded the stages of their journey. This is their journey by stages. The Israelites set out from the Ramses on the 15th day of the first month. The day after the Passover, they marched out definitely in full view of all the Egyptians, who were burying all their firstborn whom the Lord had struck down among them. For the Lord had brought judgment on their gods. The Israelites left Ramses encamped on Succoth. They left Succoth and camped in Etham, on the edge of the desert. They left Etham, turned back to Pi Hahiroth, to the east of Baal Sevan, and camped near Migdol. They left Pi Hahiroth and passed through the sea into the desert. And when they traveled for 3 days in the desert of Etham, they camped at Marah. They left Marah and went to Edom, where there were 12 springs and 70 palm trees, and they camped there. They left Elam and camped by the Red Sea. They left the Red Sea and camped by the desert of Sin. They left the desert of Sin and camped at Dophkah. They left Dophkah and camped at Alush. They left Alush and camped at Rephidim, where there was no water for the people to drink. They left Rephidim and camped in the desert of Sinai. They left the desert of Sinai and camped at Kibroth Hattava. They left Kibroth Hattava and camped at Hazeroth. They left Hazeroth and camped at Rithmah. They left Rithmah and camped at Rimmon Perez. They left Rimmon Perez and encamped at Libnah. They left Libnah and encamped at Risha. They left Rissa and camped at Kehelatha. They left Kehelatha and camped at Mount Shepher. They left Mount Shepher and they camped at Harada. They left Harada and they camped at Makelath. They left Makelath and camped at Tahath. They left Tahath and camped at Terah. They left Terah and camped at Mithka. They left Mithka and camped at Hashmona. They left Hashmona and camped at Meseroth. They left Meseroth and camped at Ben Jakan. They left Ben Jakan and camped at Hor-Haggidgad. They left Hor-Haggidgad and camped at Jot-Bathah. They left Jot-Bathah and camped at Abronah. They left Abronah and camped at Ezion-Geber. They left Ezion-Geber and camped at Kadesh in the desert of Zin. They left Kadesh and camped at Mount Hor on the border of Edom. At the Lord's command, Aaron, the priest, up on Mount Hor, where he died on the first day of the first month of the 40th year after the Israelites came out of Egypt. Aaron was 123 years old when he died on Mount Hor. The Canaanite king of Arad, who lived in the Negev of Canaan, heard that the Israelites were coming. They left Mount Hor and camped at Zalmonah. They left Zalmonah and camped at Punan. They left Punan and camped at Oboth. They left Oboth and camped at Abarim on the border of Moab. They left Abarim and camped at Dibon-Gad. They left Dibon-Gad and camped at Alman Diblathaim. They left Alman Diblathaim and camped in the mountains of Abiram, near Nebo. They left the mountains of Abiram and camped on the plains of Moab by the Jordan across from Jericho. There, on the plains of Moab, they camped alongside the Jordan from Beth Jeshimoth to Abel Shittim. On the plains of Moab by the Jordan across from Jericho, the Lord said to Moses, "Speak to the Israelites and say to them, when you cross the Jordan into Canaan, drive out all the inhabitants of the land before you, destroy all their carved images and all their cast idols. and demolish all their high places. Take possession of the land and settle in it, for I have given you the land to possess. Distribute the land by lot, according to your clans. To a larger group, give a larger inheritance, and to a smaller group, a smaller one. Whatever falls them by lot will be theirs, distributed according to your ancestral tribes. But if you do not drive out the inhabitants of the land, those you allow to remain will become barbs in your eyes and thorns in your sides. They will give you trouble in the land where you live, and then I will do to you what I plan to them. Boundaries of Canaan. The Lord said to Moses, "Command the Israelites to say to them, when you enter Canaan, the land that will be allotted to you as an inheritance is to have these boundaries. Your southern side will include some of the desert of Zin along the border of Edom. Your southern boundary will start in the east from the southern end of the Dead Sea, across south of Scorpion Pass, continue on to Zin, and go south of Kadesh Barnea. Then it will go to Hazar Adar and over the Asman, where it will turn, join the Wadi of Egypt, and end at the Mediterranean Sea. Your western boundary will be the coast of the Mediterranean Sea. This will be your boundary on the west. For your northern boundary, run a line from the Mediterranean Sea to Mount Hor, and from Mount Hor to Lebo Hamath. Then the boundary will go to Zadad, continue to Zephron, and end at Hazar Enan. This will be your boundary on the north. For your eastern boundary, run a line from Hazar Enan to Shepham. The boundary will go down from Shepham to Riblah on the east side of Ain, and continue along the slopes east of the Sea of Galilee. Then the boundary will go down alongside the Jordan and will end at the Red Sea. This will be your land, with the boundaries on every side. Moses commanded the Israelites, assign this land by lot as an inheritance. The Lord has ordered that it be given to the 9.5 tribes, because the families of the tribes of Reuben, the tribe of Gad, and the half-tribe of Manasseh have received their inheritance. These 2.5 tribes have received their inheritance east of the Jordan across from Jericho, towards the sunrise. The Lord said to Moses, "These are the names of the men who are to assign the land for you as an inheritance: Eleazar the priest and Joshua son of Nun, and appoint one leader from each tribe to help assign the land. These are their names: Caleb son of Jephunneh from the tribe of Judah, Samuel son of Ammihud from the tribe of Simeon, Elidad son of Kislon from the tribe of Benjamin, Bilki son of Jogli, the leader from the tribe of Dan, Hanil son of Ephod, the leader of the tribe of Manasseh, son of Joseph, Kemuel son of Jiphthan, the leader of the tribe Ephraim, son of Joseph, Elisaphan, son of Parnak, the leader from the tribe of Zebulun, Patiel, son of Azan, the leader of the tribe of Issachar, Ahihud, son of Shelomi, the leader from the tribe of Asher, Padahel, son of Ammihud, the leader from the tribe of Naphtali. These are the men the Lord commanded to assign the inheritance to the Israelites in the land of Canaan. Now, towns for the Levites, I'm going to get into that one in the next video. I will see y'all in the next video.